This is Spiritual Bible, and I'd like to talk about the psychology, the state of the mind. I'm an armchair psychologist, not an MD, but you still can learn a lot by reading psychology. And I read a book by Neville Goddard. It's a lot of mystical stuff, but put in a literal term, it makes sense. Subconscious mind, the way you think, and the way emulate yourself and your actions and um, your behavior is affected by your subconscious mind. It says the subconscious mind cannot be controlled but persuaded. You cannot control it, but you persuade it. As a philosopher would say, you're a drop of water going down the sink, watching the drop of water go down the sink as you go down it, which is meaning once you think about something and you make it a habit, it'll stick to your subconscious mind and it'll kind of cancel out the old programming you had, make it way for a new programming and a new behavior, and therefore you'll be a different person in that category. And putting that little mental filing cabinet to be opened up one day and dust it off and come back to it. And I'd like to talk about another psychology book. And these psychology books, it's good to discern, what's true, what's not true, because a lot of psychology Bible and a lot of psychologists have different beliefs. But the concept and the precept of the concept is still there and it's still relevant. But not every bit of information is going to be true. It's going to be true. Some of it's going to be true and some of it's going to be false. But you got to discern what's true and what's false from what you read. You can't just throw it away just because it has one falsality in it. That's what people like to do, but that's not a good way to do it. It's not the best way to learn something, is to throw it all away altogether. But, he has a lot of outlandish theories, but his concepts still hold true. He says in a conversation, the algorithm of a conversation, you got a gimmick, crossover, switch, and payoff. A con is something to break the ice. A gimmick is to keep the person listening to the conversation interested. Crossover is just dancing around the subject to get to basically what you want. A switch is really laying it out there, your intention and what you want to get from the conversation. And a payoff is what you get, what the speaker and the listener, or the speaker and the listener, what have you, get from the conversation. And I say, my name is Billy, and I talk to Barry, and I say to Barry, hey man, you really work out. Look at your muscles. We need to work out sometime, man. You need to teach me something. By the way, can I borrow $20? And what did I do there? Let's break that down. The con is just talking about his muscles. The gimmick, is the working out. The crossover, kind of dancing around the subject, is can we work out sometime? Look at your muscles to boost the person's ego, kind of stray away from the actual what you're actually trying to get. And borrowing $20 is the premise of the whole subject. And what you either get $20 or the person sees what you're trying to do. Either way, it's a game. You can be totally intentions, have good intentions for the game, or being badly intentions for the game. It's depending on how you want to do it. That's psychology Bible. And another example is called a trading stamp in psychology. It's it's talking about, like, say for instance, a person says, "Oh hey, you're bad at building houses," and he's like, "Man, I can't help I'm bad at building houses. I suck at them because you know why? Because my dad was abusive to me, and I associate building with houses with him, and therefore I don't like it." You're trying to get empathy. You sarcastically get empathy, and trying to make the person feel bad about talking, about how they build buildings. For example, it's a really bad example, but just a simple example. It's just a million things. Um, Mind is a weird place, and that's how reality works. It's through the filter of the mind. And that's how, if you master the mind, you have some control over your life. And it's an intriguing. I like studying it. And it's like playing my own mind. And another good book reference and reference to psychology is the let me see, what's Phil Donahue. I mean, in my opinion, I don't really know if he's a real psychologist or just a talk show host, but like I read The Human Animal. Like I said, you must discern what's true and what's not true due to the opinion of the person that wrote the book. But some of the stuff still holds true. You know, uh, behaviors and sub affirmations and the reason why people do things. And you know what? I'm going to end on this subject. I'll give you one more example. Um, you get more. You know, you people don't like the truth. You get more um, persuasion on the subject by working the way somebody's mind works, than rather than saying the truth, which is sad and cynical. When somebody's not aware of themselves, you're gonna have to do that. It's like uh, see the way they think about the subject, no matter how fictitious or outlandish it may be, and speak it in their own terms, and feed it back to them, and that's how you get perception, through persuasion. That's one. It's a funny thing, but you have to work the way it works, or you're not going to get anywhere. But thank you very much. Thank you for your time. The Spiritual Balboa. I'm out.